Welcome, High Vibe Tribe. This is my YouTube channel, Divine Hippie 2222. I am so excited. I had a wonderful day today. It turned out a little rough. It started out a little rough, but I realized that I got to a point where I recognized those situations, and I was able to kind of push the brakes and reel it back in and take a moment and think about it and restructure my thoughts, raising our vibrations. So I feel like it was a fantastic day. I feel like I'm actually learning, I'm actually growing, I'm actually developing. So that was a great personal accomplishment and realization for me. So today I'm going to do the readings for the collective. Excuse me, I'm sorry. For the collective of air signs. There's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. These are the messages that need to come out for this time period for you guys. Take what resonates, chunk what doesn't. Don't force yourself into the storyline just because this is the message that comes out. If this message doesn't resonate with you, figure out what other signs are in your astral chart and then check out those messages and see if bits and pieces or the entire message resonates with you. And then if it does, go out and get a personal reading done. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. I apologize. Then go out and get a personal reading done. So that way the reader can connect directly with your energy. Because when I say an energy reading for the collective, I'm talking about the energy for the entire world. So that's kind of broad. So that's why I say, don't worry if it doesn't resonate. That means check your other signs. Check those messages. See if something there resonates. If you're a reader and you interpret this message differently, please feel free to do so. We're a learning channel. We're hoping to grow together and to raise our vibrations so that we can realize that things that happen in our lives are happening for us instead of to us. And when we change that mindset, it brings in a new possibility of ways to resolve any opportunities that come our way. So, general reading, interpret them how you interpret them if you read cards. It's a timeless message, meaning there's no timeline to it. Just because it comes out this week doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen this week. It may not. If it doesn't happen this week, it will happen later on down the road. So that's what I mean by timeless. I don't have a time frame to them. So timeless charts. Yeah, don't force yourself. Let's get into it and let's see what we have. All right, guys. All right, spirits, what messages do we have for our air signs? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for January 2020. Okay, we got two cards that came out. The first one is the Four of Bats, and this one, bats represent swords in this deck. So this is the Four of Swords. Then the next card that came out is Temperance. All right, what other messages do we have? Then the next card that came out is the Chariot. Two more cards, spirits. Two more cards. Then the next card is the Nine of Ghosts. And in this deck, ghosts represent cups. So this is the Nine of Cups. That's a good card. Wish fulfillment. All right, spirits. Well, oh, there we go. And the Eight of Pumpkins. And pumpkins represent pentacles. So putting in some hard work. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Good job. So the card at the bottom of the deck is the overall energy for the entire message. So we're going to start off by reading that one. Okay. So, and that's a major arcana card, guys. It doesn't necessarily mean a good or a bad thing. It just means it's a more specific energy, if that makes any sense. And that is card number 2. Okay, the High Priestess. Balancing between the seen and the unseen. Intuition. The subconscious. Mystery. Hidden influences. Duality. Well, we start off by seeing darker bricks and whiter bricks. So that's kind of representative of the yin-yang duality. Then the moon represents intuition. And you could say that this is the book of knowledge. So maybe you're embodying the High Priestess. And these are the lessons that you have learned and are learning. And that's kind of like your notebook. You know, you write them down. And balance, you know, you want to balance the scales, balance your life. You want to be calm. See, that bat is just hanging from her finger. She's just relaxed, laid back. She's happy. She's found that internal balance, meaning personal, professional, family life, everything. Balance in every aspect of your life. So, okay. Let's see. I think we are going to just start off with the 4 of bats. Let's, generally, I have found that the cards don't necessarily come out in the exact order of the message. So I generally try to look at them and see, put them in a who, what, when, where, why, how type scenario. And so I'm just going to go with the beginning of the cards and then see where the message takes us. And the first one that we pulled was the 4 of bats. And again, bats are representative of swords. And so it says, the need for a restful retreat, a calming escape, a welcome release from stress, a change for the better. So you may have a lot going on in your life, and you may just need to kind of pull back and remove yourself from certain situations, things, people. You know how this resonates for you, for your particular situation. So again, the High Priestess talks about balancing. Well, you have to have balance internally as well as externally. So this is like rest, relaxation, meditation, those things. And you have everyone watching over you. You have the bats, you have the moon, and the cat. So you're not alone in this, even though you may be withdrawing from things externally. Okay? Then we have Temperance, which is card number 14. And Temperance, a witch carefully mixes her ingredients. Self-control and moderation. A good combination of choices. Make safe decisions, but don't be afraid of trial and error methods. Working well with others. Okay, so again, I'm getting the balance message from here because carefully mixing her ingredients, self-control and moderation. You have to have balance in order to know self-control. I can do this. I have time for this. I don't have time for that. I may not be able to get this task accomplished today, but I can get it accomplished tomorrow or the next day. That type of thing. And don't be afraid to try new things. Talk about trial and error. Trial and error to me means trying new things. Things you have not, things that you are not sure of the outcome. So you have to rest. You have to pull back. You have to find balance. Once you do, you'll be able to make safe and good choices for trial and errors. better choices for trial and errors. But don't be afraid to make mistakes, because making mistakes is how we learn and grow. Okay? And then the next card is the Chariot. And the Chariot, the Temperance is a major arcana, as well as the Chariot. So you have 3 major arcanas in this reading. Literally being in the driver's seat, control, self-discipline, strength of character, victory, success, greatness, movement in life. So again, this is another card reiterating control and self-discipline. Balance, control, having the discipline to pull away. And then once you've found it and once you feel balanced, having the discipline to make good choices, to use moderation. And again, control and self-discipline. And you are the one that is in control of your destiny. See how the pumpkin is in the driver's seat? So by pulling back, by going within and taking time out for yourself, you'll be able to figure out how to move forward once you decide to move forward in whatever task you are looking at achieving. Excuse me. And then the 8 of Pumpkins. And again, pumpkins are pentacles. So 8. Oh, sorry. That's the Chariot. 8 of Pumpkins. Pleasure in work. The beginning of a profitable undertaking or apprenticeship. Handiwork and the arts. Completion of a cycle. So you are maybe figuring out something is not working for you, whatever it is in your life. Maybe it's personal, maybe it's professional, maybe it's family. Something's not working. And so you need to pull back and take some time out to get a new perspective on it. By doing so, you'll figure out how to move forward. Maybe change your course or continue forward on the path that you're on. But by taking the time out, you'll know better and more clearly how to move forward. And even if you're not sure, just taking that first step. That's what I think it means by don't be afraid of trial and error methods. Taking that first step puts you in the driver's seat of your destiny, of your life choices, of your path. Excuse me, guys. And by doing so, you will find pleasure in whatever it is you're doing, whatever work it is that you decide to move forward with, because pumpkins are pentacles. Pentacles represent work. Maybe you change jobs because it completely changed lines of work because it talks about an apprenticeship. That would be starting something that you've never done before. Handiwork in the arts. Maybe you are an office employee and you decide to go into journaling or becoming an artist, literally, on canvas, paper, maybe a musician. The arts is very, very extensive. So again, only you know how this resonates for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean like fine arts, guys. Whatever it is you enjoy, whatever it is you put your time into, that is your art. So don't think this is literally confined to the liberal arts, okay? And then by doing so, by finding that pleasure in your work, you will achieve the 9 of Ghosts. And again, ghosts represent cups, and cups are about emotions. And the 9 says, your wish will come true. Satisfaction and prosperity. The good life. I mean, look, the guy's happy. He's smiling. He's in matching clothes. Everyone's around him. They're all happy. And because he used his intuition, remember the moon, intuition, becoming the high priestess. Because you did that, you achieved it, you will have your, what were the exact words? Your wish will come true. Whatever your wish is. But you need to be specific. If you don't ask, the universe cannot deliver. And if you are not specific, then you are not telling the universe exactly what it is that you want. So make sure that you are mindful, that you communicate properly, clearly, concisely, and that is why you need to take the time back to figure out the exact, someone once told me, when you are thinking about your next steps in life, whether it's manifesting a new job, a new relationship, money, whatever, you need to be specific. You need to be clear on what are your must-haves, what you are willing to negotiate, and what you will not accept. So this is the time in the beginning that you need to use to figure those things out. However this resonates for you in your life. Okay, there are cups here, which could mean love. There's pumpkins. Pumpkins here, which could mean work. And then there are also swords, and swords are for the mind, thought process, thinking, truth, higher power, higher self, whatever. So take the time out and use your intuition and talk to the universe and tell them exactly what it is you need. But if you don't know what it is you need or want, that's why you need to rest and pull back and take time out to figure out what it is that you want. And then move forward with it. You have to take action, guys. You have to be willing to learn. I once heard someone say a successful person stands on their mountain of failures. Mountain, guys. Don't be afraid of trial and error. You have to make mistakes to figure out what works and what doesn't. And that's okay. Everybody does. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we develop. And then by doing so, you will become you will be the driving force of your own destiny. Because nothing is given to you for free. You have to put in the hard work, the time, the effort. And by doing what it is that you want to do, you'll find pleasure in it. And because you did all of those things, your wish will come true. You will have happiness. You will have success. And success doesn't always, it could mean money. It could mean money because we have money represented here. But it doesn't always have to mean financial gains. It could mean, yes, you are getting like $1 or $2 raise, by moving on to your true desire, your true life path. It could mean a new relationship, but I feel like this is all around success, not just in one area of life, because the High Priestess talks about balance, internally and externally. So that encompasses every aspect of your life. That's why I feel like this is going to be an all-around success, not necessarily just in one area. That's a great message, guys. Oh my goodness. So if you don't know what it is you want to do yet, that's okay. Take time out. Now, in taking time out, that doesn't mean that you completely shut down and, pull away from the entire world. That means you take more time out for yourself than you were used to giving yourself. So, because you'll never find out what it is you want if you don't give yourself the time to figure it out. So, and the first card that popped out is card number 33, 10 Sisters of Light. Okay, and that card says, let me see. You are an advanced soul and have lived many incarnations, shown your light through many different faces. Your soul has learned many skills in past lives, developed abilities, and talents. This lifetime is a culminating lifetime in the sense that your soul is drawing together potencies developed over many lifetimes into unified expression. It's like drawing on the power of 10 sisters or more into your one current lifetime. Be prepared to grow and shine, beloved. So advanced soul, the high priestess, balance. You have, you are bringing a culmination of all of your different incarnation life lessons together and trying to balance them and figure out, okay, this worked. Maybe you're not actually conscious that this worked in a past life, but you know that this worked at some point. And so if A worked, then will it work with B? And if it doesn't work with B, will it work with C? Trial and error. So you're acquiring many abilities and talents. And these are things that you've acquired over lifetimes. And by acquiring all of that knowledge, you are drawing upon all the different sorts. Let's just, because the card says 10 Sisters of Light, let's just say you've had 10 reincarnations. If you're not into reincarnations, let's just say you are having an epiphany about 10 different life lessons in your life, and you're realizing the connection between all of them. And so that's what I think this is. It is an analogy for connecting to all the different lessons that you've learned and see how they all tie together to advance you to move forward to your wish fulfillment. And guys, I didn't even realize this, but you're jumping leaps and bounds because your reading starts off with a 4. And then you have 2 major arcana cards. And then the 4th card is an 8. So you're jumping from the 4 to the 8. And then you're ending it off with a 9. And 9 is the completion of cycles. Some people say 10 really is, but 10 is 1 plus 0, which equals 1. So 10 really is reduced down to 1, which is the beginning of a new cycle. So you are being successful in using your life lessons and growing and using them to your advantage for moving forward and figuring out what works for moving forward. And because you're doing so, you're finding that you enjoy whatever it is you've chosen to do. That's awesome, guys. Figure it out what it is you want if you don't already know. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And if you don't, that's okay. It just means take time out for yourself. Because again, how can you be... Okay, screw the universe. Not literally. But what I'm saying is, an example, you want something for your birthday. You'd like to have gifts for your birthday. But you don't know what it is that you want. Well, people can't read your mind. So if you don't ask, you may not necessarily get them. So you have to communicate, guys. But communicating to others first means that you know what it is that you want to communicate. And by doing all of this, you'll find out what's really important to you. And by finding out what's really important to you, you'll be able to ask for the appropriate things, for the things that you truly want, for the things that you truly need. Because yeah, it'd be nice to be a rock star and be a musician and, a famous painter, but do you need those things? I'm not saying we don't, and I'm not saying the people that have them don't deserve them. I'm just saying be mindful of what it is that you need, because the universe brings you what it is that you need. But if you also are putting forth the effort and the work, then they can also bring you what it is you want. And in the end, you will achieve balance. You'll trust yourself. You'll trust your gut. That gut feeling you get. That's what you'll trust. Good job, guys. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Oh my goodness. That's a really good reading. For people that may not be into reincarnation, sorry, that kind of got a little out there, but it was just an example. Again, you will know how this message resonates for you in your life, what aspects it resonates in your life, and or if it doesn't. And like I said, if it doesn't, go check out the other readings. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. There are many, many amazing readers on YouTube, and you are probably following a lot of them, but at a certain point, you chose to watch my video. So I just want to let you know that I truly do appreciate it. And hopefully that means if you were drawn to my video, some part of that message should resonate. And I'm working on getting set up for personal readings, guys. I'm not going to put a timeline out there because I do not want to not be able to meet that, that promise. But I'm working on it. So don't forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe so you can be notified of any new videos. And yeah, if it resonates, leave a little comment below. I'd love to know how we can work together on this. All right, guys. Till next week. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye.